Hey, welcome. You're listening to the Debugging Dan podcast. I'm walking outside. It's an early morning. There's a fog. And today I'd like to talk about I want to give some perspective. That's what I want to do. I want to give some perspective on the topic of AI coding. Because for me, at least for me, it feels like that I'm in two different worlds. So I've been busy with side projects, currently a little bit less. Trying to generate some additional revenue streams. And on the other side, I'm full-time employed. I work for a boss, having fun there. But to me, there's a big difference in how AI coding and AI agents are applied there at my work or at the bootstrapped area of doing development. So I listen to some bootstrapped podcasts like the Indie Founder podcast, mostly technical, permission not required. Those are some podcasts that I listen to. Those are people that are doing bootstrapping or at least doing consultancy, not working for a company. Well, they work for companies, but they are their own boss. And I see a big difference in how AI agents are used there and how it is used, for example, at the agency that I work at. The agency that I work for works like this. So we have a development team, people with all different types of skills in terms of programming languages, designing, all kinds of skills testing. And we try to find customers. There are some projects or products that we develop ourselves, for other people. But the biggest chunk of the work is that we're doing projects for other customers, like building apps, building websites. So we try to find those customers, we find them, we do the work. And the big difference here, I believe, when working for an agency or inside an agency than somebody building their own bootstrap project is that you're not the owner of the requirements yourself. So with a customer, we do a first sprint and we determine what the design is going to be. We set down a set of requirements. What do we expect to deliver? When do we expect to deliver it? And how much is going to cost? Of course, this is a generalization. There's a lot of customization there. This is a generalization. And what that means is that what you're going to build is often already pretty fixed. It's not always waterfall time, like design, implement, test, done. But we also do, we mostly do sprints, but in sprints, it's often requirements are there. We build it, there's a design we need to adhere to. The customer wants it like A, B, or C. They choose A, and we implement that. And I believe that's a big difference between bootstrap companies that do their own projects or products and the agency that I at least work for, is that you need to find a way to work within those constraints, which is a fun challenge, but it can also be a bit annoying sometimes. And when you're doing bootstrapped projects, you yourself determine the requirements, the design, often if you're a 1-2-man team. So it's different. See, there you can just do, say to the AI, I want to start a new project. You give it some suggestions for design, and it starts building them. You create your own prioritization of features, and you really work together with the AI. And at least how I see it is you do less controlling of the AI. You try to steer it into a direction less, than you would have if you have all kind of predefined requirements already. So, for example, if the AI in the design decides to put a specific button there, give it a specific color or icon, as a bootstrapped builder, building your own project, your own product, you can say, hey, okay, that's okay. I make the choices. Let's do it like that. That's a proper icon. Might not be fully consistent, but it's okay. It's not that important of a use case, for example. But if you're doing that within an agency for a different customer, you might even need to go around, get approval. This is what it looks like. Is this okay? Oh no, it isn't okay. I need to change something. And I think that's a big difference also in how I view news, blog posts, things on Hacker News. It seems that some people are really getting a big velocity on the features on the projects with AI. And sometimes I feel that at work, I somehow don't get that speed up. And I was thinking about that, and this is my theory. So working within an agency is different, and you shouldn't always compare yourself to other people that you see online because you don't know the context. Often also online people don't always tell everything, so it might be that they share some kind of cool design a cool product and they say it took them 3 hours to build an AI, but in reality it has been 3 days, and they either on purpose misinform you, or they forget that they before that spent 2 days doing prototyping and other things without really, and not taking that into account when they count to 3 hours, for example. That's the message for today, I guess. Don't always believe everything you see on the internet. And when you compare yourself, trying to compare apples to apples, take into account people are working with different constraints in different environments. And it really has an impact on speed. So for us as an agency, we might be going a bit slower than somebody just vibe coding an entire application and putting that online. But that also has its downsides. You don't know how it is on the level of security, stability. We as an agency, we have years of experience, and we do give some guarantees to our customers. So we have a secure way of working. We have human code reviews, and that takes time. And also trying to steer the AI more in a specific direction than perhaps vibe coding people or people building their own projects would do. And on that level, we're really learning. So learning in the sense of how to better prompt the AI and make it do the things that we wanted to do, keep it on track, make it adhere to requirements. So you often see frameworks or things like that where they say create a requirements document, give that requirements document to AI or create it together with AI. And we, as an agency, because we already had the conversation with the client, we know the requirements. For us, it may even be easier to start with a requirements document, tweak that together with AI, and then have it built. And it might even be better in the first try than it would be when we don't have that. That's my message for today. And I think it also applies to life. So don't always look to what other people are doing or other people are having and compare yourself to that, but try to carve out your own path, trust in yourself, and work on that. That was the episode for today. I hope you liked it. I'm walking here through the fog. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment in your podcast app, the Spotify, YouTube, and I'll see you on the next one.
Bye.